to watch, and also certain things which you people, your words of wisdom in relation to how this should develop will be useful to other people. So that's what the reason is. So thank you very much, everyone. I mean, let's not make it formal. It's just it's going on recording, but it's the same thing. I've always told people this is like in my living room, so just the same concept will remain. But now, who all did not attend the last one? I think both the Marias did not. Artemis wasn't
Mhm.
there. Natasha wasn't there. Vassiliki wasn't there. Elena wasn't there.
For me, it's the first time I'm here.
Okay.
Thanks to Mandie.
No, that's really nice. So look, what happened was last time I took everyone through the various circles which have been created. So all that information is available on my website, and if you watch the recording, you can actually see because I mean, after we've spoken about the larger thing which is happening, now we have to go into specifics as to how we implement things at the Greece level, because the whole concept of these gatherings is that how do we get to the grassroots, how do we create that culture of mediation, how do we reach the user. So that's the whole idea of doing this, because otherwise what has happened is there's so many events which have taken place. So there are almost 700 videos on my website, so there's lots of that content available. But working on the ground is something which is important. And Vassiliki is one of the only people here who's been in my first symposium, which was in 2021. And after that, I haven't seen her. That's a different thing. But so that's where it started from. The symposium was called Mediation in Our Culture and Traditions. And Vasiliki's session is also available. The recording is available. So you just have to go to YouTube, write Mediator Vikram, write her name, and you'll find the link to the recording. So that's all available. Now let's get down to how do we reach people? How do we actually create circles in schools, colleges, organizations, communities? So now who's going to tell us what thoughts based on the last conversation? Eleni, what are your thoughts based on our last conversation that we have? Well, Elisabeth is here. Let's just say hi to Elisabeth. Hi. Look, the concept is this is in my living room. Someone walks in, we'll have to just I have to say hi to the person. So yes.
So, hello, everybody.
Okay. Elizabeth, I can actually read Greek. I was just telling them I could read that's Elizabeth just written there. Greek is good. Greek is good. But I think we should also write everyone's city also. I think that'll also be useful. Because finally we have to create circles in cities and everything. So yeah. So Eleni, what do you think based on our last conversation? How do you see things? How do you see the circle growing? What activities?
Well, thank you, Vikram. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you again. Some of you I haven't seen some of you for a long time, but hello again. I really enjoyed the first session, and the reason was because it was something based on the nature of mediation, and I enjoyed that it wasn't like professional stuff that we are very tired of. Or a very not tired, tired, yes, a bit,
Yeah.
it's like it was like a break for the full professional day. And it inspired me a lot to it reminded me of the true nature, which is really a human nature. And I also liked the fact that Vikram invited us to call and invite people that are not mediators. I mean, they are not professional mediators, and they are not accredited as mediators or trained, but we know that they do that during their day and their life. And this really made me think a lot of people that I know, not a lot, but some people that I know, and they do it. I even invited one of my friends, the two Marias know her. She couldn't make it today, but she will at some point. And I think that this is a very, it is very it is very good to know that pure knowledge and pure talent can add to what we're doing, because it can be really, it's a lonely journey, and it could be tiring. And I think that this kind of coming together gives us, empowers us. So as for the circles, I made some thoughts on where we could organize. I'm not ready yet, because I have to make a more specific search and come back to you with more. But it made me think, this is for sure, as I was discussing with Maria Hadjileonida today, and I was telling her that what I really liked was the fact that we are free to create circles in environments that we think that mediation will help, and the values of mediation will help. This is something that I like. So I don't know if I helped you, but this
No,
was my
very nice.
thoughts
It
and
was
my
really nice.
insights from the last
No, it was
session.
really nice. That's why I was not wanting to say this, because what you said it better than I could say it. And the important thing is that
Really?
exactly. And the important thing is that there's a larger role for mediators, which is beyond just mediation. So one is, maybe as we go along, we'll see that actually bringing communities together will also be a role. But we haven't said hi to Dimitris. Hi, Dimitris.
Hi to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever.
I'm going to might get it wrong, but is it Kalimera? Kalimera, or is it Kali?
Bravo.
Kalimera. Okay,
Kalimera,
Kalimera.
yes, good morning.
But if people don't know each other, so I was assuming that everyone knows each other, but if you people don't, we can do a little introduction. We can do that. Yes, Maria. Okay, you're now Maria C. Can we say Maria C? Maria C.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tried hard.
I did.
I give it to you. Okay. I think most of us know each other. I'm very happy to be here. It's been a long time that we've been on the scene of mediation in Greece, and we've talked and shared thoughts with most of the people here. And I'm very happy that we're all together now to know each other, to get to know each other more and share the loneliness of the trip, as Eleni said, which is a very important thing to do. And I think this is what is missing. Share thoughts, share ideas, share practices. Most of us, as I can see, there are one or two people that I really don't know from this panel, but many of us really practice mediation, and it's been a long time now. The experience has grown, so it really adds to our practice, to our mindset, to share the things that are happening during mediation. As for me, I'm a lawyer. I originally live in Thessaloniki, but I practice in Thessaloniki and in Athens, along with Maria Raftopoulou, the other mediation lab. I am a mediator since 2009. I've been training mediation and negotiations from 2013. I am practicing mediation. I'm trying to practice more and more. It works, not as much as I would like to, but it works. And I am specialized in family mediation, commercial mediation, peer mediation, which is a great thing. This is where we've started, along with the basic mediation course. We're trainers in negotiations, and we're practicing a lot finance and banking mediation with debt regulations and everything. That's me.
So lot of good things you're doing. That's what the important thing is. But after what you said, I'll come into what each of those areas, because each of those areas we have to work on. We'll come to that. But
Of
let's get
course.
Elena T. Elena T. I'm skipping the pronunciation because I don't want to get it wrong.
Hello. Well, I am a painter artist. I know nothing about that, and I want to learn everything about that. I don't know how, from my point of reference, I can do that and help people around.
I'm sure you're already doing it, Elena. I'm sure you're already doing it. It's not new to you. It's just the but are you saying about the mediation part or the painting part? That you have to clarify. Which one were you talking about?
Well, this is a mediation also to communicate your creations to people. It's a kind of mediation if there is also a purpose, more healing purpose. So yes, I am very open to learn more about that.
Perfect. So Maria F, something about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a very good listener, and I'm trying to be one. So there is not much to say. I'm just listening.
We're going to get you to, but we're going to get you to talk. We're going to get you to talk for sure. We're going to get you to talk, maybe a little later. So, but who's got Elena? Eleni, I'm sure people know you already because you're there. But if you want to do a quick introduction.
Me, okay.
Yeah. I think today you're the only Eleni. Yeah? You're the only Eleni today.
I think that the only persons that I don't know is Elena Tsingiroglu, that she just introduced herself, and it's very nice to meet her. All the other people I know, I have cooperated with them.
Perfect.
And it's really good to be part of it. And thanks again, Mandie, bringing us in contact with all of that. And so I don't know, Dimitris and Valomenos probably doesn't know much. I'm a lawyer and a mediator and a trainer. I was trained when 2009. Maria and I sat the same exams to get the accreditation of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators back then. And since then, I've been joining my with other colleagues of mine to make it happen in Greece, to make mediation work in Greece. And I've been practicing mediation for, I don't know, something like 14 years now, from the very beginning, because bringing it to Greece was a mediation, trying to make lawyers believe in it and get to know it. So I think that was also a mediation part of the training. And I do make a living out of it, of lawyer's practice, of course, but I see it as a really big part of my practice, of my professional practice, and I believe in in the results that it brings. Not only, I really believe that it can make can resolve and make things better for enterprises and for people, and I've seen it working, so I pretty much believe in it.
But I'm going to be happy when, Eleni, you say that I've been doing it all my life, and for the last 14 years, I'm practicing it for my occupation or for my livelihood.
Probably. Probably, yes. And I'm the last 14 years, I'm doing it without coaching people and fixing things. I'm trying to do it from the place that I'm trying to be a good listener, as Maria said, and I'm trying to help them find the solutions for themselves. Because up until then, I was in the middle, but I always had, the will to fix something. For the last 15 years, I'm trying to set a bit, and to watch them resolving it themselves.
But the only thing is that you people have to write your cities also. It'll be nice. Elena, Eleni, Vassiliki, Dimitris, who else? Elizabeth. We have not had the cities there. Yes, Vassiliki. What have you been last? So it's been almost 3 years now. I haven't seen you. So why haven't you participated in my events? That is the first question.
Well, it was a very busy period, and I don't know why we did not have the chance to meet each other again. But I'm very glad that you continue persistently this endeavor, organizing such events. And I cannot but admit that you have a talent for bringing people together, people who share the same passion, the same enthusiasm for mediation, like us, all us. Who for about 15 years now, as Maria and Eleni already said, try to, apart from do whatever we like, do something that we like and we love, try to establish mediation as a mainstream dispute resolution process in Greece. So this is a journey, this is a trip we have made together. And I think that we are very, very lucky to witness this evolution of mediation in our country. And I am very, very optimistic that we will be together and that things are going to be even better. Mediation as a method can indeed be applied to multiple fields and environments in order not only to facilitate conflict resolution in the narrow sense, but in my view also to enable decision-making in a broader sense. So I'm more than eager to hear and discuss about the importance of its implementation at schools, at colleges, at organizations, and of course, in the community in general. I only have to apologize because I have a very limited schedule today and I have to leave before 5 o'clock. So I will try to hear as much and contribute as much as I can until then. And I will pass the floor back to you, Vikram, to
But
continue.
did you see the recording of the launch? The recording of
No,
that?
no, I didn't. Unfortunately, I did not have the time, but I will do because I understand that you set some ground rules for
Not
the
ground
meeting.
rules. That sounds serious.
Yeah,
That sounds serious. Rules sound serious.
officially, unofficially, because I understand that you had made some discussions and said that you had to do something until today, as Eleni said, sort of preparation, something like that. I'm not prepared. I will can
No
say whatever
preparation.
I think at the
Don't
moment.
worry. Don't worry. No, there's no preparation. No preparation. Vassiliki
Be
gets a
more
little serious.
organized.
Yeah, she's a very organized person. She wants to know what the agenda is. It'll be very relaxed here. So don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
because I think that this makes it more productive.
Yeah.
And but of course, apart from all this thing about agendas and productivity and outcomes, it is very, very nice to see each other and meet each other. And this was a great opportunity, apart from everything else. So thank you, Vikram, and all for being here.
No, thank you for coming. The only thing is, look, last time what I discussed was I'd gone through the broad areas that we've already created circles. And then I just asked everyone that just one school, one college, one organization, one community, just speak to them. Just tell them that this is what the concept is. We want to come there. We're not coming there to teach you anything. We are just asking you who are those people in your school, college, community, organization who help people resolve disputes. Simple question, not complicated. And let's bring those people. So maybe next time, maybe not this time, but let's bring those people in and talk to them about their experience, what they have done. So that was the general idea for the last one. But today's idea is, I mean, after everyone has told us about themselves, is that creating specific circles like I have this global school mediation circle, but now we have to have a Greece school mediation circle. So whoever wants to work on that, then let's start those specific circles also, because everyone's interested in certain areas. Maria is looking at family law or family mediation or commercial mediation. So each of those will be circles that we'll create, so that at least how to take those forward will be different. For each circle will be different. So we'll do that. But Maria C, Maria F, have you had a look at where you just go to mediatorvikram.com while we are doing this, and you'll see a list of circles which have been launched. So if you go to mediatorvikram.com, there is a section on mediation circles. So just have a look at it, and then we'll discuss it after everyone has just told us about this. Yes, Natasha, please, a little bit about yourself. Of course, Natasha has participated in events, so she's been there, but it's just a little introduction.
I think today is Mediations Day, so I will not speak as Maria, the other Maria F said. I'd love more to go and discuss about our common passion and our common love for mediation. And I believe that all these people, most of them I know, are people who are devoted to serving others. We're here to serve. And I have to say, first of all, kudos to the Greek team from the Athens University. I was not in Paris, but I saw it online, and I was very emotional because it was the first time that the Greek mediation team represented Greece in the 2024 ICC mediation competition, and they have reached the, I think, 40 finalists. Helen, they were between the first.
The quarterfinals. They reached the quarterfinals. They were an amazing team. Yes, they were very sad not to get to the semifinals, but I think that they're winners anyway. So it was
encouraging for mediation in Greece, and also this gives me the opportunity to make a link, as what Eleni says, that now it's the time. I think that the preparations have started years ago, but now it's a very fruitful period for mediation, forwarding to the society, not to among professionals, because there are too many. I believe we are many already, and there are more to come, mediators, professionals. Now it's time for society to get the message. So I believe universities are more open. I've seen your video last time. I talked to some people who are not mediators, but you know what? They're not very good with English, so they could not join us.
No. Yeah, Natasha, you must always tell them that we can speak in Greek. There's no problem at all. I mean, someone will tell me what the discussion is, but everyone should be comfortable in the language that they want to speak. So please tell them next time they should come in. It's not going to be in English. I mean, it's perfectly all right if it's in Greek. I don't understand, not a problem. Main thing is to take this forward. The best way to take it forward is to bring everyone in. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And one last thing I want just to share with you. The past years I was in the United Arab Emirates, where mediation was not actually provided by law. There was no mediation. But as a crazy person, I went there and I started doing presentations because they did not know what that is, to companies, to people. And I thought that the society was ready. And happily enough, and I'm very happy about that, now there is a mediation law passed, and they're open. And this means that for me, this positive virus that we all have in our blood is a change that is about to come on a more global level. So that's good news.
And good news, yeah, no, good news, Natasha, is that in that law, at least they've recognized private mediators. So that's a very good thing in that aspect, because this is what I'm trying to say, that whoever the people in dispute want to make their mediator, why should law stop that? Because some countries, they do have that issue coming in. We have to make sure as we go along. I mean, the thing is that become a community enough that you can actually lobby on the legislation also. And Maria C has something to say on this. Yes, Maria.
And in Greece, I think that mediation is very much patronized by law. That's my, see, almost everybody agrees. Mediation is a very free thing, is a very intimate thing. It's a very willingful thing. And when it is trying to be patronized by law, which is very strict and has limits and put people into a certain way of behaving, thinking, etc. And it ends up to it ends up to that people are trying to be consistent with law more than consistent with what they really want to do through mediation. Absolutely. That's my idea. in Greece, as for the beginning. Many things should change. And in Greece, we do have this attitude. We, as lawyers and the legislative forum is trying to organize everything through law. Mediation is not such a thing.
Absolutely.
That's my idea.
Absolutely. Look, I've had these discussions, so now I don't really have those discussions, so many of those, because I've had so many, almost 700 videos, and I don't know how many of them I've had this discussion. That look, every human interaction doesn't have to be legislated. Tomorrow you'll say, I'll certify mothers. You can only be a mother if you go through this training and this. I will decide who is a good mother. I mean, please don't do this. This is human interaction. People, let them interact with each other. So it's a big issue, which we definitely, as we go along, we can take that up because this is important. But John wanted to say, yeah, John.
Excuse me, but allow me, dear colleagues, to disagree with Maria H. With Maria C, because in my opinion, mediation has also consequences in the procedural law and the procedural process. So we cannot apply mediation with law consequences without to take in our thoughts the law provisions. It's necessary.
I think the thing is discussion is that does the law create something and does mediation have to follow it, or do people understand what mediation is and then law follows that? I think that's the discussion we need to have, because legislations have come out in various countries by people who don't even understand what mediation is all about. So I've seen that in a lot of legislations, and we definitely have to discuss that. But we'll do that. We'll do a specific mediation legislation circle, and we'll get an international one, and we'll get everyone to talk about the legislation. I had a symposium, which is mediation, legislation, and legislation and mediation, and this was called. So have a look at that. Some countries, of course, came out, we discussed that. So we'll definitely have that discussion. But today, let's just do a little introduction first. But Dimitris, look, the order that I'm going is the order that I have on the screen. So I'm not being partial to anyone. Everyone is on with the way people came into the meeting is that how I see them with this. So Dimitris, please, a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Well, while you have been talking, first of all, I'm very pleased being with you today, although I'm not aware of, as you said, the agenda and the whereabouts and so on. However, Elena said she's an artist, something like that, understood. So while you were talking earlier, I was thinking how I could draw or paint mediation if I were asked to. For example, if someone would tell you how you paint mediation, or draw mediation. Perhaps you have been also thinking how to sing mediation and so on. This, of course, is not something about me. I pretend to be a lawyer. I'm registered as a lawyer for living. However, I feel a musician. I'm practicing law as a hobby more during the latest years. I like mediation and contact people. And I was reading a book which I would like to share with you. The author is Dutch. His name is Rutger Bregman, and the title is Humanity. I translate from the Greek Humanity, an unexpectedly optimistic story. The author, the book is a couple of years old. I suppose that I believe it was initially in Dutch, and perhaps it is in Greek as well translated. The author tries to explain why he believes that people were not bad, but good people. And he tries to explain various examples, very interesting examples and chapters, and to show that the overall view that people hate one another is wrong, and just the opposite applies. So one of his conclusions includes the word contact. He pays attention to how contact brings people together, and that after people have been met and contacted, then the mentality of them change. And he also tries to show that in almost in as a rule, the less you know the others, the more wrong opinions you may have about them, and more hostile opinions you have about them. So if I've spoken a lot, you can interrupt me. Okay, and therefore, I believe that I was thinking, I'm not sure, that the word contact is a key word that could apply to mediation by means of bringing things and people together. And this is also related to the ongoing discussion of whether how mediation should take place, in person or via electronic means, Zoom, and so on. So as a bottom line, I'm looking forward to our discussion. My query is why it is called a circle and not a spiral or whatever. I noticed that circle is used often to characterize movements and ideas and so on. I'm not sure whether circle is the appropriate.
Okay. So we'll have one discussion only after everyone's spoken about themselves. Why is it called a circle? Why, and should it be called a circle? We'll do that. But we'll do that. We'll do this. We'll have a discussion on why why is it called a circle.
So I talked too much. I will not intend to talk again during the meeting. Thanks a lot for.
We'll definitely get you in. We'll ask you to talk, definitely. There'll be lots of work to do, but now it's a lot of talking, but a lot of work on the ground also has to happen. But Mandie, you're going to come in later, okay? First, Elisabeth is going to come in. Or how do we say? Lizzie? Is it Lizzie or is it going to be Elisabeth? Whatever. A little bit about yourself, please.
So I suppose that I have to introduce myself once again, although I have participated in the first session. Okay. I am Elisabeth Tseliou. I'm an accredited mediator here in Greece since 2012. I'm a founding member and partner of Dialogos Business and Family Mediation. What else? I'm a lawyer also, but for the last two years, I'm practicing exclusively mediation. So being a member of Greece Mediation Circle, I feel that I'm a part of a large number of mediation circles that our beloved mediator Vikram has created and continues to create all over the world. So we are a large union of mediators, and this is really amazing. I love the word circle because it symbolizes that we are all connected in some way. I believe that these mediation circles are parallel and at the same time complementary to one another. So you can see the picture of what I've just said. We have this picture in the premises of Dialogos.
Nice.
So our participation in mediation circles should give us the opportunity to focus on the humanistic approach to dispute resolution through mediation as a process that helps people find a cooperative solution to their problems without damaging their relationship, personal or professional. So I'm very, very glad and honored to be part of Greece Mediation Circle, and I'm looking forward to our plans, steps, activities towards the fulfillment of the purpose of mediation circles. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Only thing I heard out of that was our beloved mediator Vikram. That was the only part. Everything else was all right, but this one I specifically heard. So that was really nice. Thank you very much. But Catherine is here. Catherine, which we know better as Parvati. Hi, Parvati. Parvati, can you hear us? Parvati can't. Catherine, anything?
Vikram, hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Good. We were doing a little introduction. Everyone knows you and everyone knows each other, but I just thought if some of them don't know each other, so just a little introduction. You want to do a little introduction? And people who would watch the recording also, they would know. So Parvati, a little bit.
I think it is useless because everybody knows me and I know everybody. So
Perfect. No, I'll tell you why Parvati is important is because Elena is here. Elena is not from the mediation world. She's an artist. So, and we want everyone to be part of it. So, of course, if you can, Elena, you want to be introduced to Parvati or you want to read about her separately, your wish. So she's in the mediation world. Everyone knows her.
Okay, yep. Nice to meet you then.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
So all the introductions happen, but Mandie, there are some people there who haven't put their video on. You want to see who they are? Because I can't read the name because it's in Greek. I see someone there.
Maria Harisi. Are you there, Maria?
Okay, so whatever, please bring them in, I think.
Yeah. Eleni, are you there?
Eleni Nicolaidou is from Thessaloniki.
Maria Harisi is here.
Yes, Maria.
Yes, hello to you
Maria.
all.
Hello.
Hello, Vikram.
How are you?
Hello to the friends I see, Catherine, Maria, Hadjileonida, Maria, Raftopoulou, all the beloved ones, for me too. I'm watching Vikram for the past 2 years. I'm joining YouTube meetings and symposiums. They're very interesting. Mrs. Cotsaki has introduced us to him, and I'm very happy to be here and be part of the Greek Mediation Circle.
But why haven't you participated in those events?
No, I haven't.
Why? Why? The question is why?
Because I'm practicing law mainly, unfortunately, until today.
Okay. not a problem. Okay, so general idea, I don't know if you've seen Maria C, did you have a look at the website, Dimitris? So you've seen the circles which have been created. So what we are going to do is then we'll have those specific ones. So Eleni is definitely looking at school mediation circle. Yes, Eleni? Greece school mediation circle?
Yes, probably. I have some things in mind, and I will get back to you next time with more on that. But I would really like to, because I entered the meeting just a few minutes before 4, so I didn't have the chance to know more about Elena, and I don't know if she is. obviously it's one of these people that is not a mediator. Isn't that so, Elena? And this is very interesting for me. I would like to be more involved in this and see her perspective. And I don't know if she gave some examples. She spoke before I entered, and I'm sorry about that. But I would really, if everybody else has spoken, I would really like to hear some things from her. This is the pure thing that we discussed before.
And we're never going to say that she's not a mediator. She's a mediator, but she's not maybe practicing as a professional mediator. So we'll always
Okay,
do
I
that.
didn't know. That's why
No,
I
we
asked.
don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. She's
we
going to
don't
tell
know.
us.
Okay.
She's an artist. That's what we know. And I'm saying that the mediator mindset is what is important. It's not about whether you practice that. So, Elena, please tell everyone how you have the mediator mindset and how you definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So I had a very nice conversation the other time with Mandie, where I asked her, how can everyone with our profession help people and do this kind of mediation? Because in my workshops, because I am also an art teacher and I do healing painting, except the exhibitions I do. So in these workshops, I work with parents and kids. I work with adults who have issues, the one with the other. So through the art, through the painting, they come to see that they have more to that unites them instead of things that separates them. So for me, I think that in the future, there will not be lawyers. I don't know if I am sounding heretical, but I feel that the mediation will be as a practice with every person. I mean, we will not need to have this kind of things who are painful the most of the times. So I am a mother of 3. My kids are adults, and the last 2 years I live in Zakynthos, almost 2. And where I met Mandie, and we want to create a community that has many, many things inside. So I think I told you everything.
No, I think what you said is exactly how we have to get there, is that people can actually go to a mediator. First of all, people can sit together and resolve things. So that's why we have peacemakers as part of the circle. We'll read a little bit about on the website, so I won't take you through that. And then if they can't sit together and resolve it, then they have a third person coming in. And lawyers not being the first port of call. So it's something that we have to do. But that's a culture that has to change. A lot of things have to happen on that. So we'll keep working on that. But we'll keep working on the grassroots level and get people to come together. So that's where the community part. So Eleni, the school part of it, what I was saying was that in any one school, if you just go out and we create that there. Yeah.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Elena, for your
You're welcome.
It was very brave to say in a room full of lawyers that we won't need any lawyers. So I'm joking. It's like I'm just saying that because in Greece we try to include everybody, and lawyers have a very special role in all of that. So we in also helping their clients, and if you know, it was something that they are afraid of, that we won't need them anymore. So and I think that we try to include the lawyers in all of that, because I think that they play a very important role even in mediation, especially in mediation. But they have to be trained, and they have to be more ready to help their clients in a more effective way, and not only the litigation part. So
it's okay, Eleni, you don't have to. She said it.
I just wanted to say that.
No, that's okay. Okay, if you understand. No, we are going to reframe what she said. We'll reframe what she
So
said.
now, on the school part, on the
Yeah,
school
yeah.
thing, I had several questions about how we are going to include, because I have something in mind, but how come we can include them, and how come we can, what are we supposed to tell them? That there will be a circle, that there will be parts, and they will, how it will be, because in a school they have very strict rules, and also in other organizations, of how they can implement different tools. So if the first thing that they are going to ask is how this will be implemented.
Okay. So, or maybe what we can do is, if schools you think is an issue to start with, even a college, if you pick up a college, because there are adults, those children are adults. So if that you want to do, my way of going about it is I just go there, I just ask them. Then, I mean, we're not, like I said, coming to teach you anything. All we're asking you is, who are those? Have you, first of all, been helped by someone, or have you helped someone resolve a fight or disagreement or misunderstanding? So just ask them that question. So they then start talking about, yes, I did so, or so and so did it. These friends had an issue. Very simple. I mean, so simple. And yet they come out with their experiences. So just talking about that experience. After they've spoken about it, and someone has said, I've helped, and the other one has said they've been helped, then that introduction of that word comes in. Then the introduction of what this person does is mediation, what this person is a mediator. Such these words are introduced like that, because I want them to connect to the process by having a face in front of them. Okay, that's a mediator. Okay, that's what the person is all about, and that's where the right faces will come out, because we don't want them to connect with it in a wrong, as a don't misunderstand the process also. So we have to differentiate. Look, does this person force you to settle it in a certain way, or does the person only help you to reach a solution? Those kind of things. So we have to just, that little conversation is important, so that they get the right idea about it. And then what we are doing is we're telling them that, look, this is a circle that you are creating with someone like that who has that mindset, and the differentiation between the peacemaker and the mediator. The peacemaker brings people together, and the mediator has the skill to actually assist them in resolving it. So that differentiation, all that comes up slowly in the conversation, so that at least you're not pushing any technical word into their mind, and nothing. It's not rocket science. You know it. It's all, you connect with it, because if you want to create the culture, they have to feel it as part of themselves. It's not something that's it's alien to them. It is not alien to the within that community. I mean, the school community or a college or an organization or the community at large, everyone might not have that mindset, and we don't have to take everyone along together. The idea is to create a community within the community. So, okay, do you feel that issues, fights, disagreements, whatever words you want to use, should they be resolved amicably? Someone says yes. Okay, do you help anyone? No, I don't help anyone, but I think it should be resolved this way. So, okay, you be part of the community, because this community has a larger role to play. It's not just about having the mediator coming and resolving something. No, this community is of people who have that mindset. And that community within every space, which is a school or a college or an organization, is important, because just the fact that people can sit together and have a conversation, have a dialogue, and like I've said on the website also, consensus building. These are activities up till now which have been left to areas like activism and advocacy. But what about people coming together and being able to understand each other and reach a solution within themselves? Do we really, I mean, okay, I'm not saying we're doing away with lawyers, or we're doing away with activism, or we're doing away with advocacy. We're not doing away with anyone. Let that exist. Those spaces exist. But what we are doing is we're creating another space of people of that kind, because why do I put it all out on YouTube and everything? So people know that people can sit together and have discussions. They can actually resolve things. So we'll try to also, wherever we can, record all those certain circles which we create. I mean, maybe we don't also have to be sitting in them. They can record it and they can send it. I can upload it. But point is that people should know that such people exist. Okay, so and so did help so and so. Who's that person? That person gets identified. It gets circulated in the school or the college. Okay, this one helped. Okay, I also have similar issue. Let me contact this person. So what we are really creating is that someone that you trust, you can actually approach. First of all, you don't even know that this happens. So, okay, now you get to know. So you can actually approach those people directly. So they are within themselves doing everything. We are not coming there to, we don't have to do it on a daily basis or anything. They've created their circle. And we are there, people are there to support that circle that you create. So they have, I mean, you'll have discussions with them. They'll talk about their experiences and everything. So they have that support. And they also get this vision, okay, I am a mediator. Now I've got to know I'm a mediator, but where do I take this? And we have to take them forward where ultimately they can practice as mediators on a full-time basis, because we need those people. And it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So that's the general idea. But everyone, please, your thoughts on it. Everyone should come in and give their thoughts.
So as a first step, it's like creating a circle that people from a certain team or organization or school are included, and they discuss and they learn about what mediation is and how it works from their own experience. They share their experience and see if they already practice mediation in their teams, in their organization, something like that. It's the first step. Okay, that's clear. And just I won't speak anymore, but just wanted to say, in case I was misunderstood before with Elena, I was trying to make a joke about her being brave. Just I know and I can understand that lawyers could be misunderstood and their job could be misunderstood a lot. And this is a bet that we want to win, to make them part of mediation, and try to make them feel like themselves in this procedure and help their clients along with the mediator. That was the only thing I wanted to say, Elena. So in case I was misunderstood with what I said before.
But
okay.
Elena,
So that
you've started a topic which I will maybe then I'll have to even continue on this
I just
aspect. That
wanted
what
to
is the
make
role of
myself
mediators
clear.
in mediation? I won't get into it right now, because I've always said that they are experts on the law. Bring them in when you need an expertise in the law. But the mediation is not a situation where every time the expertise in the law is required. But Elisabeth wants to come in. Yes, Elisabeth, please.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, we should not concentrate, I mean, as members and through our discussions in the mediation circle, we should not concentrate on the technical aspect of mediation process. We should focus on the essence of mediation. So may I suggest that we set a topic for each of our meetings. So one of us makes a very brief presentation or put some questions on this topic, and then discussion follows and sharing of our experience connecting to this topic.
Well, Elisabeth, the issue, yeah. Oh, sorry, please. You were saying something.
Always focusing on the essence, on the great value of mediation concerning the human relationships. This is my opinion.
Well, I tell you what, Elizabeth, what's happened is that on various topics, we've had lots of discussions. So if you look at, like I said, if you have a look at the website.
I know. Yes.
So our focus will be that how do we go down to, like I said, at the grassroots level, how do we create that culture of mediation, bring in the users or prospective users, how do we bring them in, how do we reach them, how are we going to be able to put it out there that, look, this is not a rocket science, it is something that is familiar to you, at least start practicing it. But how do you, because everyone gets benefited if people can actually say, okay, let me try this. I mean, over time, the way society has got structured, these issues have come up. I mean, the issue is that, first of all, you don't feel as part of a community. So that aspect of it, a lot of aspects, we've had discussions on all of these issues. So my first thing is that when we create these circles, so these experiences of people is what we need to bring out. So even if it's a school, that one child talking about how he or she helped someone resolve something needs to be put out. Children, whether we can record what they say, maybe not, if without the parents' consent. So I'm not okay, maybe we can leave that out. But everyone else, whoever can come and talk about their experiences, that's what we are going to do. So that is what our focus will be. And then on each of the areas. So it's not just about school, colleges, communities. It's also about issues. So, I mean, when we have the refugee, like we have the World Refugee Mediation Circle, similarly, we'll have a Greece Refugee Mediation Circle. So that's also an important area that has to be worked on. So each of those areas, let's put it out there. Whoever wants to work on that, that'll be the first thing, getting those circles together. And then, like I said, how do we reach out to schools? And for me, Maria, see, I'll just get you in a minute. You've raised your hand, I think. Just in 1 second, I'll just get you in. But the important thing is the multiplier effect. How do we get that multiplier effect? So my concept is that you get into an organization, and the same question we are asking, and we create a circle there, and those like-minded people are coming together. Now, everyone in that organization is also part of a community. So they take it into their community. They have children. Those children, they can ask them to take it into their schools or colleges. So let people take it further. And because you are the face of it, if you create it in an organization, they know you as someone who's professionally practicing as a mediator. If they need support from you, they need mentorship or whatever they might need, you're available for them. So you are the face of mediation for them. Plus, at the same time, they are doing things on their own, because we need large numbers. It's not going to happen in small numbers. I mean, you have to really reach out. And I don't know how many schools there are in Greece. We can do a little Google search, but there are huge numbers that we have to reach. This can only happen if, one, identifying those people within themselves. So these children are there, they have the mindset, use it, and the culture develops. And then as we go along, those people that we identify, how do we bring them to be practicing as mediators? So that is what we have to do. Skill development, not a problem. We'll create skill development programs. We can always do that. I don't call it training. I call it skill development. That can always happen. We'll create that. But there are already so many things we've discussed on my channel itself. There's so much. Otherwise, there's so much available. So it's not about theory now. It's about practical aspects, experiences. So broad, Elizabeth, we'll talk about it. I can go on about it, but let's get Maria C in. Maria C, yes, you were saying something.
Thank you. Three things I would like to say. First of all, I agree with Lisa on her idea of setting a certain subject that we could discuss on each time we meet. As far as the peer mediation is concerned, from our experience, I would like to share just one or two things. The first thing is that we have two factors that are very interesting to have in mind here in Greece, but I think it's general. The first thing is the parents. They are not also so open-minded, so it's we very often come before the attitude that who is to judge my kid if something happens. Another child, that is something that we very often see happening. And the other thing is that the public sector here in Greece is very hard, and it's very difficult for public schools unless there is somebody in charge who is very open-minded and very ready to take risks to start something like that in a school, in the school society. So we have a very different approach in public and in private schools. And another thing, just things to talk about. And last thing, which is not having to do with the peer mediation, but it has to do with art. And Elena, since she's the only person here who is fully much in art, I believe that art has very much to do with mediation. And I would invite, if I may do so, to have a discussion about art and mediation, because I think that people who are in art and or love art or use art or think through art can be very much open-minded in mediation. And there is a very rightful connection between art and mediation.
And that's a topic we've already discussed. So by one of the conferences, we had this discussion on arts and mediation, poetry and mediation. So we've done that. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these things, people can just go to on YouTube, put Mediator Vikram and put the topic. You'll find something there. So that's I mean, like I said, there's so much that's already happened on that end. We have that, but we'll also maybe have a symposium on a certain topic in relation to the Greece Mediation Circle. We can do that, but that should really not be the focus, because we've lots of these conversations. Yes, Mandie. But before that, Mandie, just one sec. Yeah.
We will talk about Greece.
Mandie, just one second. Let's just get Vassiliki wanted to leave. So I just want her to, before she leaves, if there's anything that, Vassiliki? Anything?
Thank you, Vikram. Very, very quickly, it was very, very interesting what I have heard by my colleagues who are really experienced in peer mediation and have taught and continue to teaching peer mediation at school teachers. I'm not so specialized in this area, but what I would like to say concerning the state of things now in our country, which may add an insight to what we are discussing. I heard Ioannis Achillias concerning the influence of the legislation. And I have to admit that from the point of view of spreading mediation in general, a great progress has been made so far, thanks to the law. People are gradually getting to know and experience mediation. But at least throughout my practice, I can confirm that people get more and more attracted to mediation once they experience the process, rather than when they just hear about it, either at conferences or during informative sessions. And given that in our country, indeed, mediation has been mainly associated with the goal of the acceleration of the rendering of justice, it was considered as one of the possible remedies in this respect. The whole discussion has been much, let's say, prevailed by civil procedural law issues, which is not that good, as already mentioned. I think that indeed the time has come to explore the many advantages of mediation in areas other than that of judicial or legal disputes. And so the discussion here is very important. There is no doubt, of course, that conflicts at school, university, organizations, and community level must be resolved, and decisions must be made in an amicable way. But what should be further underlined and understood is at this level, the importance of a structured dialogue and the significance of the role of a third neutral party in facilitating and also in directing such dialogue. So this now brings me to mind the current debates taking place in Greece, for example, concerning the establishment of non-state universities. We all have watched the way this dialogue took place at the existing universities, ending up essentially in the suspension of their works due to the occupation of the buildings by the students. Or on the other hand, maybe the debate concerning the proposed bill on the recognition of the marriage of same-sex couples, which has divided the Greek society. So certainly mediation processes can play a paramount role. Do we need legislation proposing or even imposing mediation in these fields? I'm not sure, but I cannot underestimate the dynamic impact of bottom-up endeavors, such as the ones we are discussing now, instead of a top-down approach, and as well as the influencing role of champions or ambassadors of mediation, significant persons who have for many years applied it and are well recognized. We know who we are in Greece. We know which who can play such roles. So in the context of the school mediation events organized by the Hellenic Union of Mediators, I had the chance to witness the enhanced interest and application of peer mediation and its remarkable ongoing progress. So I'm sure that Mrs. Cotsaki, who is here, can say much more. And I will be glad to hear from all of you and help you as I can in this direction. Thank you very much.
How will you hear from us when you're going to run away from this? You're going to...
I will stay for about,
Okay.
I will stay for about 10 minutes more.
Perfect.
I will try to watch the recordings of the previous session and this one.
Yes.
And even though this is not my field, peer mediation, I will be very glad to assist you.
No, I'll tell you what we are really doing is everything that happens in the circles, on all the circles, is peer mediation. Problem is that peer mediation has been connected with schools. Peer mediation is what we are trying to do in organizations, in communities, everywhere. So that's, I mean, that's why I don't even use the word peer mediation, because what are we creating? We're identifying those people who are there. We are bringing them out and telling people they exist. Why don't you go to them, use the process? You are familiar with the process, all those things. So that, but
I always believe that approaching, and it was already mentioned by other colleagues, approaching children, approaching the school environment is something more sensitive, and the approach has to be much more, I don't know if it has to be scientific, but I think that people who are specialized in approaching such environments are more suitable and less dangerous to do that.
No, we'll get that right. We'll get people to, we'll talk to a school. We'll talk to people who are running a school. We'll do all that. Let's find out from them. Now here we have to ask them. We're not going to decide for ourselves how it has to work, but we'll ask them. But Maria, if we can just say hi to Vicky, and then I can come to you. We'll just say hi to Vicky. Hi, Vicky.
I have to go as well. Excuse me. I have to go as well, and hope I can participate next time.
All right. Thank you for coming in, Dimitri. Thank you.
Dimitri, we didn't speak about lovers mediation. How can you live with before?
I've ate all chocolates waiting.
And I keep my phone on the book you were talking about, and I wanted to ask you something. Why are you leaving so early?
Don't leave, Dimitri. Now this means that don't leave. That's what the whole thing is.
Now it starts to warm up.
Well,
something about
apologies.
Before you leave, Valentine's Day. Tell us something about that.
Valentine's Day.
But first we'll have to say hi to Vicky. We haven't said hi to her. In my living room, that's what happens. Someone walks in, we have to say hi to them. So Vicky, how are you?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, only one Vicky here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm on my way home. I'm at Heathrow Airport, just about to catch the plane, go back in Athens. I'm so glad that I can be part of this circle, even for a little while. And I can hear you very well. And I embrace all this effort. And we come up with some ideas about this recognition, which I found it extremely challenging. So we try, each one of us, to come up with an idea to endorse this try. We have some, but time by time, that will be, I think, more easy to adjust it in all this effort.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we meet every second Friday or second Wednesday of the month. Yes.
Second Wednesday. Okay. This is okay.
At the same time, so we can take it up that time. But in between, also we'll have our conversations. We'll find some way to do it. So anyway, thank you for coming in. So, and Dimitris was saying something. Yes, Dimitris.
Okay. Yes. For mediation lovers, each day is a Valentine's mediation day. So please go on. Thanks a lot. I'm very pleased participating. And today is a symbolic day. And let's keep it in place so that every meeting of us is mediation lighting meeting, something like that. Okay. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yes. And the important thing is every meeting we should have more people coming in who might not be in the mediation world, but they have that mindset. So let's bring that in. Yes, Maria, please.
Can I ask something, please? According to the structure that you have in your mind for these circles, let's say world circles of mediation, is there an opportunity for the Hellenic circle to interact with the same circle of another country?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the whole idea. That once you have, like I said, that you have the global school mediation circle. Now, when you have a Greece mediation circle, and in that circle, definitely you'll have children who have the mindset. That's the whole idea, and people who have, mediators who are practicing in that area, they are part of it. When they interact with someone, say in Ecuador, and who's practicing in the schools, learning from each other, because there are things that in a certain space sometimes you're working only in a certain direction because everyone is working in that direction, and a new thought comes in from somewhere else. It's always a good thing. So definitely that's the idea of the larger area wise circles. So everyone interacts there, and we can have certain, like I said, symposia, whatever, on topics in relation to that also. We can do that. But Mandie is the only one who hasn't spoken. Mandie, I haven't got you in, thinking that you were the one who's coordinated it all, so everyone knows you. So I didn't ask you to even talk about yourself, but please. Yeah.
No, it's one family, and the roles are for everybody. This is the beautiful thing. We feel everybody under your tree, Vikram. It's there is space for everybody, and there is freedom and authenticity. And that's what I wanted just to say, keeping some words from what I heard until now. I heard about language, which can be for communicating the idea to Greece. Maybe it is useful to use Greek language also, and for people to feel free to come and to participate in easily. Also, art is something very beautiful that my dear Elena brought in here, and there is art such as magic in mediation and all these things coming to kids. That's what I wanted to say, that finally kids have all of that. I mean, they have the language in a very different way from what adults use it. They have body language and all these skills we had and lost, and now we are trying as mediators to find again. And they are artists. They don't have experience. They work out of the box. They can communicate without language, as I said. They know nothing. They want to learn everything. They want to grow. I mean, this idea you have to pay very serious attention to children and schools, and maybe a school for us also to find this very kind and authentic way of ourselves, and being able to be better mediators, because we are all here because we love mediation, but we want to become better mediators. So we have to find ways through our meetings to give and take inspiration, to give and take ideas, but to become better, so we can be better on what we are trying to use to do. And what I wanted to say is, because I don't want this day to pass so easily, because as Lovers Day, we have this love and passion for mediation here, and not only mediation. We have love and passion for new things, for not feeling free, not being in the rules that don't work for people. We have love for people, for nature, for everything, and we want to do something with this love. We are all lovers, and we want the frame is very strict. The box is very small for a scientist or a soul to be in that and express and have that love while we have our job or we are in our family. So I think we find space to be free and authentic, and this is so we are so lucky it can be a job, and we can make it spread it so it can be a real something real and not only romantic as lovers have romance in because even lovers become enemies when they stop to be lovers, and they have conflicts. I mean, this love has everything inside. It has even conflict.
I think yeah. No, but Mandie, what you were saying about the learning part of it, the best learning happens from experience. So we have to create enough opportunities for people to actually practice it. And that's what the whole idea is. That's what we try to do. That's one part. The other part is that reflective practice, so that everyone can come together and share their experiences. So we'll have a reflective practice group that we'll create. So both those things are important for learning. Yeah, you were saying something.
I was saying that it is something so new that experience is something kind of joke to say, because law as a science and as a job has hundreds of years, thousands of years behind sciences and jobs maybe. But we are talking about a new science, which is an umbrella of all sciences also. And it's very new. It's the last, after 1975, it came to America, and it's the newest job and science in Earth. So experience is what we create. There is
what is the newest science? What is the newest science? What is the newest one? Mediation, you're saying? Oh, come on, maybe we had that discussion, mediation in our culture and traditions. It's there, it's been there. So it's not the newest. That box that has been created might be the newest, which we have to break. We have to break that box up, which which is circulating as mediation sometime. We have to that the discussion. We'll definitely talk about that. But
that's what I'm saying.
That is the problem one that we're talking about. But okay, that does matter. That we'll definitely do. But now important thing today is that what are the areas that everyone is going to be specifically wanting to create a circle in. So if you've seen the list, or should I put up, but let me also once for Elena's sake, let me just put it up out there. Elena, if you go to YouTube and you just search, you put Mediator Vikram and arts, you'll find something on the arts. If you put poetry, you just have to do that. So topics come out if you do that, because with 700 videos is very difficult for you to really think. So this was something on poetry, and you maybe find some other things on poetry, maybe. So a lot of areas you'll find things by even just by searching. Then Vassiliki used the word neutrality or neutral. We had a discussion on that aspect, whether that word has to be used. And in general, what I've been saying is let's not use a word which will confuse the user. So let's make the language simple for the users, and let's not bring that in. But John, something that you want to tell us? Anything that
I am enjoying the whole discussion, but unfortunately I have to leave. So thank you for all this feedback and discussion.
No, you can't leave. You have to first tell us what area are you going to work on, which aspect of mediation, which, I mean, it could be a certain, I don't know, like I say, commercial mediation, family mediation, anything like that, anything that you specifically want to work on?
No, for today, I just enjoyed all this discussion. Thank you for all this feedback and knowledge, and I hope to see you again the next time.
You are going to see us, but between that time, you definitely have to share your thoughts on to how you are looking at it and creating the circles and everything. You must also share that with us.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's not just that one month to month we'll meet, but within that month we have to make some progress. So that definitely has to happen.
I will be back with more elements about for the circle.
What you can also do is watch the recordings of the other launches of the other circles and see if any of those areas interest you. So please do that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming in. So see you.
Sorry, Eleni.
Okay. Okay, Vassiliki. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you, Joshua. So bye.
Yes.
I'm afraid I will also have to leave. I'm not sure I will bring you about school mediation something, but definitely it's gonna be something organizational. I'm thinking about it
No,
because
one
I
thing.
have two things in my mind. So
No, school
whatever
is
works
important.
first.
Eleni says
And
school is
okay.
also important. I mean, I'll tell you why it's important is because that's where things start from. So what you can also do is maybe if you can get in touch with some school teachers, let's talk to them. If and that through them we can maybe reach the school. Just to get them in, let's just a conversation. Yeah, but you were saying something.
Okay.
You were saying something. I
So
just cut you off.
it was great seeing you all, and I would like to say goodbye to everybody. It was nice meeting you, and we will be in touch, of course.
Yep.
I don't know if Maria Hadjileonida had the chance to. You are back?
I'm just back. Yeah, I can see you
But she
now.
wasn't part of it, so okay.
Okay.
I'm saying bye. I'm sending.
Bye.
To
See you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming. See you.
Unfortunately, we have to leave. Yeah.
Okay.
Me
Maria,
and Maria Farapoulou have to leave as well because we have another call.
Okay. So the entire mediation lab is leaving. That's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
Okay. So we'll see you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. We'll be back.
Yes, and we'll
On
be doing
thoughts.
things in between. There'll be activity in
Okay.
between. We'll keep you informed. We'll find a way where we can
Definitely.
keep you informed. There's a form. There's a link to the form on the website. Please fill that so we have your
Okay.
details. We'll get you. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Yes. Catherine, Natasha. Okay, Catherine, you were saying something. Please.
Yes, I would like to say that I have heard with big attention all what have been said by all the colleagues, the estimated colleagues, and I noticed that the words love, lovely, optimistic, or other similar words came in the conversation, which, to my opinion, make of our approach something idealistic, but not realistic. We seem to forget when we are all together because we share the same feelings regarding mediation, of course not so excessively exposed by all of us, but we share love for, we appreciate mediation, but we forget, unfortunately, that the main thing which has to be done is to change the mentality. We can speak for hours, days, weeks, months, and years, as long as the mentality of people, and especially of lawyers, I'm a lawyer, and I dare to say this, the mentality of lawyers has to be changed, and this is very important. Lawyers are against mediation. In the United Kingdom, they used to interpret the acronym ADR as alarming drop in revenue. So, as long as lawyers believe that mediation will end to a drop of their revenue, we will do nothing. We have, at this moment, I can tell you as a member of the Central Commission of the Ministry of Justice, I can tell you that we are 4,000 mediators in Greece, which is excessive for a country where mediation has not yet opened the way. So, and why did mediation not open the way? Because of the attitude of the lawyer, because when the client goes to his lawyer and he hears nothing about mediation, or if he has heard something about mediation, and he says to the lawyer, shall we go to mediation? And the lawyer says, oh, come on, what is mediation? Mediation is nothing, let's go to court. You can see that we will never progress.
But main thing is that our optimism, first of all, is never going to end. We'll be always be idealistic also. All that is going to continue. But the only thing is the path is different. Up till now, what has happened is that people have always believed that dispute resolution has to happen in courts and lawyers have to be part of it. That by itself has to change. And the fact that you can go to someone else other than a lawyer when you have a dispute, that's the culture we are developing. But that has to come with the right people. The faces have to be there, that whom do you go to? With the restructuring, like I said, of society where communities don't exist as such. So in a community, how do you identify someone? So those faces have to come out. So what we're doing initially, it's a long-term project. It's not an immediate thing. So let's say over the next 10 years, everyone in these communities, when you identify these people, be it schools, colleges, communities, organizations, faces come out. And when faces are out there, only then can someone approach anyone else than a lawyer in relation to dispute resolution, because now they know that such people exist. So it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be an activity which can happen faster also. Once that, like I said, the multiplier effect happens, we reach out to people faster and let them reach out to further people. So I say one college you create it in, that college works with other colleges, and from the college these students take it out into their communities and families. I'm down to even creating a circle in every family. Every family should have a mediation circle by identifying those people within their families who have that mindset, which has got lost. Because we say the colonizer did that. The colonizer wanted to divide society. Colonizer did not want people to sit together, so they created a dispute resolution system which was theirs. My court, my lawyer, come to them. So we have to change that mentality, which is hundreds of years of conditioning of the mind. That's one thing. So a lot of things, Parvati, a lot of work to be done, a lot of work, but at all points of time, optimism, idealism, please, we have to keep that going, because I see changes happening. I'm not saying large scale, but changes happening in relation to people, at least talking about it and at least bringing out experiences. That's the important one, that these experiences come out and people talk about it. Yeah.
Vikram, to my opinion, mentality has changed, as you say, possibly, but in the sense that some lawyers have been convinced that they can make money out of mediation. I am very sad to say, and I am in a position to be aware of what I am saying. As you know, I am the chair of the Hellenic Union of Mediators. So I know what I'm speaking about. There are few people, few mediators who are peacemakers. The fact that mediation is a means for solving conflicts and disputes in all areas and bring peace in the community is something which a very small amount of mediators take into consideration. Forgive me if I deceive many of the colleagues here present, but this is what I believe.
Absolutely. I think what you're saying is actually what the situation on the ground is. But what we are doing is slowly bringing out those people, like you said, there's 3,000 mediators in Greece. But who are the ones who have that mindset that we are looking for? Bring them in and slowly let people have the right faces in front of them. The issue has been, and which is what I've always criticized, is that the concept of making mediators in 40-hour factories has not been good for mediation, but it's been very good for the institutions who've been running those programs. So we have to change all that and bring out people who have the mindset. And Elisabeth or Lizzie, whatever you want to be called, I'm okay with both. I would like to call you Lizzie, who has some thoughts and important thoughts on this.
Yes. So, personally, I don't want to talk about lawyers. So they have their role in the mediation process, but this is not the point. The important is how we as mediators connect with people and help them. I think that the Reflect practice group will be very useful and will enforce our self-awareness and personal growth as mediators and even as peacemakers.
You said
So I would like to say that I'm especially interested in the field of family mediation, but I need some time, I need some more time to think about other fields, and I will come back to you.
no, but what you do, these two areas that you said, Lizzie, by itself, that the reflective practice. So let's create that Greece reflective practice circle. And what we are doing today is we're just sending the information out. Okay, this is what the group will do, and whoever's interested want to come in. Let's just spread the word right now. Let's see who all want to come in, and we can have a, I mean, whatever little session whenever. I mean, this monthly thing is for the Greece Mediation Circle, but for each of those areas we can have that. So Greece Mediation Circle meets every second Wednesday of the month. But the reflective practice circle, we can have a meeting. Let's send that out. Similarly, family mediation. Let's send out a message that a Greece family mediation circle is being created, and whoever wants to come in can actually come in. So we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm very pleased to hear
Natasha,
that.
yeah. Natasha has been wanting to come in. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. You're saying something.
I send you my love to all of you. And I'm looking forward to see you again.
Thank you very much. And yes, I think everyone else also wants to, please unmute yourself if you want to. Send all the love to Lizzie, who has such good thoughts.
Bye-bye. Have a nice evening.
Bye, Lisa.
Yes, Natasha, you were saying something.
I believe that what we do here, just to address to my esteemed colleague, Cotsaki, definitely there are problems, because when we are in a transitory period and the society has to change, we're not here to claim that we are the ones that we will change society, but step by step, I believe, by introducing the essence of mediation to smaller groups like schools, like psychologists, and I'm going to enter into that field later on because I have some ideas. People doing art therapy, like Elena said, because art therapy and coaching now is, I don't know if you agree, Elena, art therapy is it's the main tool that now the contemporary psychologists use for violent children, or conflicts between spouses and families. So I believe that art and mediation are approaching very much, and actually they are one interviewing each other. I believe that if we start doing that as humans more, not just as professionals, because mediation, Mrs. Cotsaki, you're definitely right, is not a profession, it's actually a way of living. So some lawyers are different than others. Some personalities are actually talented and born, as mediators, even if they are not qualified as such. So I believe that if the majority of us, serving mediation, have the mindset, then we can, let's say, put the disease, the virus, the positive virus to other people as well. Now, from my part, I had Eleni, Plessa, and all the other colleagues talking, and friends talking here. I was wondering if I can, I have access, I have personal access to many psychologists and psychotherapists, and also people doing art therapy, because I myself am subject to these treatments. I believe very much. I do art therapy, and I make studies in psychology. So I heard a lot of people having trouble in mediation, some of my colleagues in difficult mediations, and they would love to have the assistance of a psychologist during the mediation. I don't know, Ms. Cotsaki, if you have an experience of that some of the mediators actually address to you that they need also somebody who knows mediation, but is not a lawyer, but a psychologist, to attend the mediation session, because there is a lot of bullying, violence. I mean, there are some people that, want psychologists to join mediation. So what I can do, I love psychology, and I can do that. And also with the help of Elena, I would love to have a Greek circle, how we call it, people that are not mediators, but that they definitely have all the skills and the love for a peaceful dispute resolution, to make a circle like that. So,
which is, Natasha, that is what the Greece Mediation Circle is of people who have the mindset. That is what we are doing. Actually, that's the activity. That please, let's bring in people.
Bring those in.
Yes, that's what you're doing.
This is an idea I have.
That's exactly what I said last time, that please reach out, that one little question that you have to send out. Who are those people in your school, college, community, organization who help other people resolve disputes? Or do you do it yourself? Whoever, just that little basic question. Let's bring those people in, and you'll be very happy listening to their experiences. That's what I wanted to do. That let people actually talk about it, instead of us saying on a theoretical basis, this is practical, this is someone who's already done it, this was the issue, it got resolved. So that's how other people relate to it, and that's how the movement grows. That people actually say, yes, this is already happening next door. I mean, someone is already doing it. Why not me talk to this person? So that's how.
I believe that, Vikram, for people like Elena, who are not actually trained mediators, role playing is very important, because mediation is experience. So role playing in schools, in communities, with people who don't know actually what mediation is theoretically, we can have a better result.
Actually, role playing, I've always had this issue with role playing, because this is not theater. This is real emotions, it's a real dispute which we need to bring out. So the people will get experience by actually reaching out and actually helping people. Just help people, just reach out. You have a dispute, let me help you. And instead of giving them that, look, this whole concept of the trainings and the certifications and qualification, this is where the issue has come in, and which I call the colonization of mediation. There are the people who have the mindset and who are actually doing it on the ground. And on the other end, we say, no, you are not mediators. You have to be certified in this way, then you become mediators. So I've tried to bring that across in that symposium that I had on colonization, decolonization, and mediation, that this colonization of mediation, let not that happen. Elena has the mindset. That's all that's important. People trust her. That's all that's important. We cannot tell people whom you have to sit with if you want to resolve something. So there's a lot of shift in the way people have to understand. Even you said psychologists, that people can be psychologists are brought into mediations. I am saying the same thing about lawyers also. They are experts in law. Bring them in only if you need them. They are not there to control the process. You were talking about this mediation competition, the ICC. The whole concept, that's why I keep telling people that, look, this competition business is not a good thing, because the way it is shown, that a lawyer is sitting with you and lawyer is presenting the case, the children get this feeling that that's the way mediation has to be done. We have to bring a lawyer into it. And that's what I don't like about that whole structure. No, you don't need the lawyer in. We'll bring the lawyer in if there is some legal issue we need to discuss. Mediation is not about us putting out our arguments out there. Mediation is about us understanding each other, and that doesn't come out with these kinds of things. So it's going in a different direction, which I'm saying, okay, now I'm not going to fight it. Let that happen. That's going to happen. It's been there. That structured box has been out there for a long time. I'm not out there to change everyone's perspective on it. But on this end, I have to make sure that the people don't look at it from this perspective, that in colleges, if I go to a college and I say, okay, there is a competition, look at the recording of that particular session. And when they look at it, they get this feeling, oh, this is the way it's structured. Oh, this is what I have to do. Oh, my lawyer has to speak. And the lawyers in places, in certain countries, control the process. You have to break out on a lot of things. So that's why it's a pure process, which is already happening at the grassroots level. Let people connect with that pure process. People being brought out with that mindset will come in. Countries will have legislation in relation to certifications. So these people who we bring out, we'll take them through a process so that they can get that certification up till we can't fight the legislation. Because today the legislation has gone into that direction only because I feel that the people who are legislating did not understand the larger role of mediation. Because we have a certain draft available to us, which is the model law on mediation, which is today of course, on international commercial mediation, which UNCITRAL has put out. But that is definitely available for a country to implement in every aspect of mediation. But that format was not used. A complicated law is being created. If you look at the India situation today, the most complex law in the world is being created. First of all, the law itself, a lot of things have come in. Then regulations are being created on every aspect of it because the colonizer gave us this thing that let's just over-regulate. So even how online mediation, one draft regulation is being made, or every aspect of it, regulations are being made. So how do I go to a user and I tell them, look at the mediation without a lawyer? To understand the law, they will need a lawyer. So that's what countries are doing. A lot of changes have to happen there, but we'll get there. But Maria has not said anything. Maria, I'm sure out of all this, Elena wants to leave. Elena, you want to leave? Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for that.
And you understood that you have an important role to play. Everyone is looking at you from this perspective that, yes, people who are not branded as mediators are available to us and we have to bring them out. So this is really important. Your role is really important.
Thank you so much. I have many things to ask Mandie after. She knows that already.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yes, Maria, something.
Thank you. I have to leave as well, unfortunately, but I unfortunately agree with Mrs. Cotsaki, and the main problem here in Greece are lawyers, are us. And in our Greek regulation, lawyers must be present during mediation. So we try to convince people, but they are always with their lawyers, and the lawyers are the ones who end up the discussion, not the parts. Absolutely. Unfortunately. That's what we see, and that's why we cannot finish a case with a good result for the parts.
But Maria, we get out of our spirit when we try to convince even lawyers, because lawyers try to convince. So if we take this mentality of the lawyers and do the same thing they do, and we have a second court, which is to convince the lawyers, maybe we lose all this thing that is the important. And we know that people choose the lawyers that express their feelings and they are free to do that. It's their choice. So that's why I believe Vikram, and I agree with that. It has to come from the persons, from children, from the parents of the children that are going to listen to the house after they come back to school. Today we had that at school, we did that. And maybe they are the most important, and that's the space I want to work for, most of them, the children. They are the fresh point of view, and to convince lawyers, maybe if we become much more than 4,000 that we already are, and we are very many, the mediators, maybe this part of mediators will become part of the new mindset only because they had the training. I mean, maybe 9 million of mediators. As the rhythm goes in Greece, we will have 9 million of mediators soon. So it will be all of us closer to the mindset. But it is not our job to change others. I mean, doing that and giving good experiences, I see that thing in Zakynthos, which is a very small place. And the good thing is that we are very few mediators and very few lawyers and cases. And it comes a time, from time to time, they come just for the obligatory session. It comes to a point that they experience, the lawyers experience what mediation could be because they don't know how beautiful this is. And when they do that, I have some lawyers that come again and again and again because they have this distress. They take off the stress of the court and they enjoy it and they do their job very well. It will come.
But yeah, but also I think, Mandie, we need part of the circle. We need lawyers who have that mindset, who actually believe that people can sit together and amicably resolve things. We need those lawyers also because, like I said, when I create the circle, it's mediators, peacemakers, and participants. Let lawyers also who have that mindset come in, bring them in, because they'll have an important role to play. Because what is going to happen is that one, of course, like you said, this certified mediator and lawyers sitting together, that process is there in Greece, and that settlement agreement, we've discussed it earlier with Parvati also, that settlement agreement is as good as a court decree. That process is there, but everyone doesn't need to wants to go into that. There are things which are going to happen at the local level, which within families or communities or wherever. Even the simple thing in colleges is within friends. It's not going to be that when someone has an issue, a fight, some friend comes in. It doesn't have to be, of course, certified and all that. These are friends helping each other. So that's we're constant. If we're looking at that part of it, that experience is what people need. We need them to experience it. And how do whatever that game, that Medianos, what Massimiliano has created, that's another way. That send it out, let them at least experience resolution and just that communication with each other, simple things. Instead of teaching them, just let them experience it. So we need everyone as part of it, but people with that mindset, simple things. I mean, there will be situations when you might be asked that, okay, I want to bring in a lawyer in. So then you have these lawyers, that these are people who actually have the mindset and actually can assist you in a mediation if you need to bring them in. So we have the right people there also. We have to identify those people also. But interesting thing, Parvati, let me tell you that we don't have that person here, but of course Maria and Natasha both. Mandie had some friends who were visiting Delhi from Zakynthos, and they had some issue here. Now, just the fact that Mandie could introduce me to them and tell them, okay, he's there, and I could at least give them that comfort that, okay, what is the issue? I can speak to this person, and they told that person they had the issue with that we have someone here. I think that itself maybe helped and resolve it, but the issue got resolved. So I've been saying this tourist mediation circle, international tourist mediation circle. For me, that's also a very important area, that people are traveling to other countries and they don't have someone who can actually look. You don't need lawyers, you don't need maybe sometimes even the police to come in and all. You want to resolve it. So this global database that we are creating will help in that aspect also. I mean, so we will create an international tourist mediation circle.
Yeah, the idea will travel all over the world. Travel. But lawyers with the mindset of mediator is very, very important. And remember that the previous time Evgnosia said that she loves to be a lawyer in mediation. And this is very, very important, very, very important because here in Greece we have a very strict law frame. It's very, very important. It's
but important thing that you people have to do is make sure that the language doesn't become English for our gatherings. Let it be Greek. Make me redundant. Maybe I don't I don't have to sit there make it that way. But please, everyone should be comfortable in the language that they want to speak, because let not this happen that people stay out of it only because they are having their conversations only in English and I'm not comfortable with it. So we have to make sure that that communication goes out. That okay, look, this is gathering number 1. So I am here trying to put it together, but I'm sure you people as you go along can take it in Greek. Does that make sense, Natasha? Is that okay?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to leave, Vikram.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you again. Nice to see you all.
And you have to tell us which circle that you are creating, which area that you're working on.
I will think about it and I will come back to you.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a nice afternoon. Bye.
Vikram, I would also like to say, and children mediation is another sector that I have also contacts. I will discuss that with Eleni, Plessa, and all the interested people. So we can join probably in more than one circle if it's feasible. We will see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, because maybe you don't know, Vikram. In Greece, lawyers can be trained how to attend a mediation in their not losing their identity as lawyers, because a lawyer's position is totally different in the room where mediation is taking place than a courtroom. So I believe I have to see my nature is optimist, that no matter how the name mediation and the aspect of mediation is introduced to society, and I believe in international mediations, because these students from Ireland, this team, if you saw the interview, there was the first time that they had contacted with mediation. They didn't know what, they were just law students. And they went there, and if you saw the level of respect between each other, this is the actual essence, guys, of mediation. The respect, the way that the other side's arguments were accepted. They said, yeah, I don't agree with you. However, I must say that I hear you and I take this under consideration and I want to facilitate you to find a solution with me. Yeah. This was the spirit, you see. So I believe that each one of us, in any aspect possible, that we can be ambassadors of this new, I believe, level of consciousness and also new culture about justice, is something that it's very, very, for me, it's sacred. It's something that it will be done, not in 1 or 2 years, even in Greece. It takes time, but if we are always pessimistic, then this probably can make us, leave the burden of everyday life problems, because we do have a lot of them, all of us, especially in Greece, we're struggling. So we will lose the joy and the passion that we want to do that. We don't live. I'm not a full-time mediator. I cannot live with mediation, but still, what I do, even with kids, with family, with the schools I know in my neighborhood, it's something that I'll try to talk about them. Do you know that? Do you know this? And whoever is open to listen, they will. We don't convince anyone. I agree with Mandie. There's not a matter of conviction. We're not here, to persuade anyone. I mean, it is something. It's going to happen, either we want it or not. In other societies, it's the majority. And I believe it will follow, because there are many problems. We are a society with a lot of laws. We're very litigators, our mindset, but still people come to me and they say, Natasha, I don't want to go to the court, please help me. So you see, society sometimes takes the advantage of change, and is the one that goes, ahead of the legislator. And then the legislator comes and say, okay, I have to make a new rule now, a new law, to catch up with society. So I believe that this is my closing. And I have to let you also, because it's 6 o'clock, I have another, and then see, wow, time passes with you, Mikram. You are not a good company for us. When we start talking, we never finish. And we will discuss also. And thank you, Ms. Cotsaki, and all the other people that, gave the time and, precious insight. So
thank you very much. Thank you for coming in.
Valentine's Day for love for life, and also to love ourselves. It's very important. Self-love is something, not egoistically speaking, but sometimes we tend to forget that. So thank you very much. Bye bye.
And thank you very much. See you.
Bye bye. See you. Bye bye. Take care.
Yes.
Yes, Mandie.
Yes, Parvati, from the entire, I don't know whether, did you actually hear the recording of the last session? Parvati, did you watch the recording of the last session that we had, the launch of the circle? Do you have the link? Do you have the link of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I do.
So basically, the idea is that lots of different areas, create circles in each of those areas, putting the seed. Right now, what we're doing is we're just planting the seed, planting that thought, bringing out those people who are out there, who have the mindset, telling them to talk about their stories, their actual experiences. Maybe if we can, maybe we can make little clips and actually circulate them, that, okay, this is happening in this community, so-and-so is there, in this family, so-and-so is there, this is what the person did. This was the issue. Because there was this college in India who's created a circle in their college, and this boy who's in that college is talking about how he's a law student and how he's already helped people in his family to resolve disputes. In one case, actually, a litigation was going on. He helped them resolve that. So we have those people out there. Let them come and talk about their stories wherever we can, so that the word spreads that yes, it's an informal process. It's already happening. We connect with it. So Catherine, any last thoughts? Anything on the positive side, on the optimism side now?
I cannot be as much as most of the persons who have participated today optimistic, because I am in the problems and I face every day the problems and the disputes which arise during mediation sessions. So romanticism and me are two separate things.
I tell you, I think the issue that you people face is that lawyers have to be present in those mediations. I think that's the little issue your law has created. In our case, because that mandatory aspect of lawyers not being there is there, so I can control that part. And I can tell them, look, we'll bring in your lawyer if there is something that we need to check with them, but they don't have to be there. So I can do that. That's the advantage that we have here. So I think maybe because you're seeing only that part where that mandatory aspect has been created by law, that whether that will change or not, we don't know whether that can be amended or not.
Excuse me to interrupt. The presence of lawyers up to now is mandatory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Law.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that the law has brought that in. Whether you can work on changing that law, I think that also should be looked at. That is that we have people
Excluded for the moment, and I will explain why. The legislator has found, if I may say so, this way as a way to make lawyers more keen to approach mediation. Otherwise, if their presence was not mandatory, then they would in the street as they have done in Italy before 10 years.
I think that's what the appeasement of lawyers is something which has happened in countries like Turkey also. The mediators have to be lawyers. Only they can go through that process of becoming mediators. So a lot of, I mean, most countries in that sense, lawyers have controlled that dispute resolution space. And to break that out is going to, for me, going to happen right on the ground where people can actually within themselves bring the right people in and keep that informal process. And okay, the aspect of that certified mediator and what we discussed earlier, that being as good as a court decree aspect, if it is not required in that particular mediation, let them experience it there, and then bring those right people out and let them become certified mediators, bring the lawyers out who have that mindset, and create that community that okay, even if the law exists, but you have the right lawyer who brings in that mindset into that mediation, and people get to know, and we circulate that information that these are people who can actually really assist you in the mediation. They are lawyers, but they have the mindset where they're not trying to disrupt the process, because in a lot of countries the lawyers are disrupting the process. Even the mandatory aspect is something that is there in the law, but when it comes to the practice part of it, they disrupt that mediation. I've heard there are lawyers who send their juniors into mediation and tell them, you disrupt it, you make sure that this doesn't go through. So all that is happening on that end. And I said, like I said, we certain things you don't fight against, bang your head against the brick wall. We don't do it. That there are whatever reasons for that to exist, let it happen. But on the other end, let's stay optimistic that there are people who will understand within themselves that yes, we can create this atmosphere within our school, college, organization. Organizations definitely, Catherine, that's an opportunity. That every organization to have an outsourced mediator is definitely an opportunity. which for a lot of these issues where, I mean, be it workplace or otherwise, I think that for me, I find that because we have to create full-time work for mediators so that they only do mediations, or at least in the area of mediation, that I found was a good area. Yes. And
Vikram, to be noted that a mediator, to be certified, has not to be a lawyer.
Not in Greece. I was saying in Turkey. In Turkey,
no, initially, the mediator had to be a lawyer.
Okay, you went
Since
through that.
The first law in 2010 up to 2014, when it was modified, the law was modified, and to be a mediator, you have to be trained and then assessed, but you just have to be educated in third degree of education, not necessarily a lawyer. This is why we have psychologists, which is very important, because mental health and mediation, as you know, is linked, and it is very important to take into consideration the mental state of the persons coming around the mediation table. We have done sessions on this, which were very interesting. And Ken Clark has organized in 2022 a very, very interesting seminar, which I have followed, regarding the impact of mental health on mediation.
I think, yeah, a lot of those areas are definitely important. But yes, Mandie, any last thoughts?
I have an issue with. Do you hear me? Because I can't hear you very well.
We can hear you. We can.
Okay. What I wanted to say as the last thought is, from all the things I heard, I feel that it is going to be very beautiful, the way the experience, the realism, the optimism, and all these personal points of view each one has, because we all have the same target, and I mean we all want to contribute over our ego this common good, which we believe that it is going to bring good to us personally and to people around us, as mediators, as peacemakers, as anything. I'm sure that all this collaboration with all these skills and points of view is going to be very helpful, because here in Greece we have many, many, many difficulties with the state as it works and all the public things. We also have a very serious economic crisis many, many years now. It comes from 2010, and after it was the pandemic, and we had issues with Europe, and we have very, very serious issues, which is going to be the frame in which we have to work with the difficulties. And mediation is the optimistic thing, but also realistic, in my opinion, is that not only that all these philosophical things that people, as Dimitri says about humanity book, that people all want to be, they are all good and want to be in peace. But this is theoretical. The sure is that difficulties are so strong in our country, because we are talking about the Greece circle. Difficulties, the cost of the court, the salaries and even for lawyers are so low, and all these difficulties find a light room, light in the mediation. Let's say tree. I believe that we could all together connect, and this is very, very important. You bring through the circle, all us together. And this combination and this collaboration, I'm very, very sure that it is the timing for Greece, with all these difficulties we have, to bring things in a better place through mediation.
I think important thing, yeah. What we really need to do, Mandie, is actually bring those people out. What I'm talking about, who have the mindset, let's bring them to the next one when we have the next gathering. Let's bring those people and let them talk about how they're actually doing it and people who benefited from them. So that Catherine also, we have to make her nice and positive and feel that yes, it is something that can happen. Let's create one circle by the next month when we meet. Let's create at least one circle in a school. No, tourists, yes, we'll do that, but in a school, say in a school or college in Zakynthos.
Yes, school also is ready.
School.
Yes.
And wherever, if you're in Thessaloniki or wherever you are, anywhere that you go to, just create one. Let's get those experiences out and we can bring those people into the next gathering and they can talk about how maybe if they created the circle, what they did, and actually those people with the mediator and peacemaker mindset, what they're actually doing already within their community or their school or college, what they're actually doing, whom they helped, who are those people, how it happened, just talking about the process, let them do that. So at least we get an idea, yes, at the grassroots level, it is happening. Let's see. If suppose if we find out it's not happening, maybe people are not even there. No one is helping anyone. Let's find out. Then
free will. Free
we don't know.
will. That's
So,
mediation.
yeah. So no, let's
we
find
can't
out.
Force anybody.
I am very optimistic on this aspect because I know when I talk to people, I bring those people out. But let's see. You can talk to people in Greece and let's see if who comes out from there and let's get them into the conversation. And then those people, because these are people with the mindset, they're not professionally trained as mediators. Let's hear how they went about the process, what they did, and we'll get to know they're doing everything, they know how to do it, everything's happening. So please, you have to do that, right?
Yeah.
You have to make sure on the other end, yes.
We are here. We have the best, the most experienced, the people who have, like, of course, Miss Catherine and much more others than me that have fight for mediation in Greece too. And it's something that it is very important to keep this fight to make it something not fight. I mean, even rival problems, we have to realize the difficulty to change and to survive. And with all these efforts, all these years, and all these personalities in mediation, which are very important in law world in Greece also, it is going to be.
No, you're making things easier for them. Look, Parvati
also
she sees those issues, but if we bring out these people and then when legislation happens and what's happening on the ground can be in some way merged, that okay, these are people, this is already happening, and let's create legislation around this so that this can grow instead of not let, I mean, first of all, you have to show this exists. So even people who legislate.
We have to contact the idea and the mindset, as Mrs. Katerina said. The other day, the Saturday, there was a very beautiful session of a common person we admire, Mrs. Katerina and me. There is an Ayurveda doctor in Greece, Mr. Kostopoulos, and he was talking about what is the power to speak and communicate. And he was saying there are 4 rules in communication and speaking to others. First of all, the truth. First of all, we must speak the truth. The second is to use a pleasant way. So to be soft the way and pleasant. The third is to have good motivations. So what we say is helpful to the other person and to realize that it is going to give him something good in his life. And the fourth is to keep in touch with people who have this same mindset and they are not toxic. So these all things we have all together. So if we contact and communicate to people and we speak for mediation, we speak, not fight, not argue, not anything, just speak out this truth of what is mediation for all of us who have this beautiful feeling and the purpose is good. I believe it will come the time.
Oh, yeah. Now it's actually now let's work on the ground. So perfect. So Parvati, any last words from you? Any last words in terms of direction on anything?
I just have to thank you for all what you organize and wish full success to the efforts which are done. And hopefully we will achieve something.
But I'm telling you, Parvati, actually the Greece Refugee Mediation Circle also might be an important mediation circle.
Yes.
Yes, very important.
Right. 10 years ago, we have organized some seminar regarding mediation beyond borders, which was very interesting because the persons who participated, we were mediators, but also policemen.
That's another area. Yeah.
And this was very, very interesting. But I do not know why it has been stopped. We could start again.
Yeah,
I would propose next time when we gather, I will propose this because it is something which is realistic, which touch the society, because every day things become worse and more dangerous.
And important thing that you said was about the police. Actually, police mediation circle is also an important area because there is, I mean, say in one part of the US, this community has actually created mediators as the first responders. So whenever a complaint comes to the police, I mean, of course, looking at what the complaint is, not all of them, but certain complaints, they actually first go to a mediator. The mediator reaches the spot first and tries to see if that can be settled there. And of course, I mean, when the person comes in, the kind of circle that I'm creating, someone from the community is the best, can actually go there who people can trust. That's one thing that can happen. So that's also an area we can work on. So police mediation circle also is also something which touches people on an everyday basis. So that's why actually that whole idea of creating that database of people who are already out there is this, because we have so much work for them. I mean, disputes, not all of them don't come into, go even to lawyers, don't even come to courts. There's so much happening on the ground. So if people can experience it right there, I think at least they connect with the process better. So let's do that. I mean, look, right now, today, we're just kind of putting it out. We're putting it out. So it's just a seed we're planting. But let's just put the word out. And I think, we don't know, maybe suddenly something just clicks with people and it goes on.
Yes, and Vikram, you can note as of now from my part that I propose mediation beyond borders.
Okay, we won't use that terminology beyond borders only because there's an organization with that name. So I don't use that. But whatever, we call it those specific mediation circles. That's what we'll do. So definitely.
No, I didn't hear you.
I'm saying that the beyond borders is actually an organization which uses that terminology beyond borders. So I'm saying that we are still going to keep them into specific mediation circles on each of those topics.
By beyond borders, we mean when there are problems with refugees.
Yeah, so we'll call it the Greece Refugee Mediation Circle.
Okay.
Like I've created the World Refugee Mediation Circle. Please at least watch the recording of that, because Ken Cloak launched that circle. So, and his words of wisdom on that area also are important. So please watch that recording, and you'll find it on that website. You'll find the link there. I can send it separately to you also. So Greece.
Yes. I have found the link and I have sent it to all the members of the union.
Yeah. So basically, Greece Refugee Mediation Circle. Let's launch that, and of course, the Greece School Mediation Circle, the Greece Reflective Practice Circle. So a lot of these things, each person, if they take it up and they are passionate about that area, they'll further grow that. So I think that's how it'll happen. That multiplier effect will happen, and people come together on the certain issue and they take it further. So good things will happen, Parvati. A lot of good things will happen. I'm optimistic, idealistic. I don't know. I think I'm realistic, but let's see. So thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
And you
Be
know that
well.
this second Friday we meet for the Greece Mediation Circle, but for the specific ones, we'll then maybe fix other times for that. So that second Friday, please put it in your calendar, and other ones I'll keep telling you what's happening.
Vikram, I'm sorry. I thought we said second Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. I don't know why I keep saying Friday. I've said it at least 4 times. I've done that because the Ecuador Mediation Circle meets on Friday. I don't know why this is. Yeah, second Wednesday of the month. Is going to be the Greece Mediation Circle. Yeah, perfect. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much. I mean, I don't like to close these. I don't normally keep them open for as long, but only thing is it is dinner time here. So I have to go. So thank you very much, Parvati. Always a pleasure seeing you. And I'll see you soon.
Hari Om.
Yeah, Hari Om. Bye, Mandie. See you. Bye.
Ekaterina.